Guys, this tutorial is the continuation of a built-in string function in Python. Today we have few more methods. We will run what is strip, rstrip and lstrip function in Python. I'm using editor PyCharm and Python version 3.12 is installed on my computer. Now let's get started with our today's video. What is strip function? So strip function actually a built-in function in the Python programming language that returns a copy of a string with both leading and trailing characters removed. I have some string with me. Python is a programming language. It is having leading space and trailing space, right? You see, if we want to remove this space from both the end, we have to use this strip function, right? So what we will do, we will take a result variable and then s1 dot strip function. This is a function, built-in function. If you see the documentation, it is saying returns a copy of a string with leading and trailing white space removed, right? Print result 1 as well. If you run the program, so you will see our string is this, and then after applying this strip function, we got this a string without any leading and trailing space. Okay, if space is not there anywhere, then it will not remove, right? If you remove the space from here, so it will not remove. Okay, I have one more string with me, which is multi-line string, right? You see, if you want to apply the strip function on this string, right, so it will remove the leading and trailing space, right? So you see, this was our string, right? After removing leading and trailing space, so our string is now retrieved in this format. Okay, here we have one argument on this function, that is characters. Okay, so I have one code snippet, right? This is s3. Okay, in s3 we have this url google.com, right? So here in s3 strip function we are saying just remove these characters, right, from this string c m o w. Wherever we have c m o w and this dot, so these characters will be removed, but the condition is they should be exist either at the leading or at the trailing, right? If you run the program, so you will get only google, you see. So these two characters w and dot exist in our strip argument, that's why they will be removed from the leading space, right? If you look at the other characters, so you see com, cmo, they are exist, even dot, and they are in trailing. Okay, so that's why google is just left. Okay, if you add, let's say, any character here, then you will see a dot in the output, right? Because g does not exist in this strip value. Okay, trailing characters are only these characters which exist here. Okay, if you see, so you will see google.g, because trailing characters are these. Okay, not these. Now let's talk about our next function, that is lstrip function. So lstrip function returns a copy of a string with leading characters removed. Okay, if no argument is passed, it removes leading space. Okay, while in a strip function you could see leading and trailing both. If I copy the code, right, this is s4 result 4 s4 s4 and result 4, right? We have to use lstrip. Okay, this is also a built-in function in python, right? Okay, if you're in the program, so you will see a same string, right? Let me remove this g, right? So this is fine. If you put any leading space here and now you apply lstrip function here, then this space would be removed, leading space. You see, our s4 string was this, here we have leading space, but after applying lstrip, it removed leading space in the output, you see. Okay, but if you want to prove whether trailing space is not removed, you just leave some trailing space and just check, run. You see, we have some trailing space, right? You see, it did not remove this. If you want to remove some characters also with your leading space, but we have left here some leading and trailing space, now it will work. Okay, so you will see we will only get google.com, not www, because www and dot, these characters are our leading characters which exist here in this word. That's why it removed www dot. Okay, now let's see our next function, that is rstrip function, which actually works similar to lstrip. If I copy the code, so I have left some trailing space, right? So it will remove it. If you run the program, so rstrip function will remove trailing space from the, you see, I'm not getting any trailing space in this output, you see. But in this s5, the row string, we are getting trailing space. Okay, so this is how rstrip function works, and you can use your removing character as it is. If you want to remove your trailing characters from your string, then it will work as it is. Okay, if you run the program, so now you will get www.google, you will not get .com, right? So trailing characters are these, okay, these, which is removed by rstrip function. Okay, so these are three functions which actually help us in our project and assignments.
That brings us to the end of the today's video. We hope you found it informative and engaging. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content on all things tech related. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.